What's going on YouTube? My name is Zenna. Welcome back to another video. I feel like this video is probably a little bit weird for some people clicking on this, but it's just been on my mind for a while, realistically since Season 5 with the introduction of Reclaimed. I love Reclaimed. It's easily one of my favorite maps in 2042, but the AA gun that sits on top of the C2 building, I believe it is, in Conquest, it bothers me because I feel like it just really doesn't belong on the map at all. I figured while we were in the middle of this content drought between now and the start of Season 7, it might be a good time to talk about this topic, maybe bounce some ideas off the community, kind of see what y'all have to say as well. But I just feel that Reclaimed doesn't need the AA gun because it is a smaller map, first of all. In my opinion, as a kind of mid-tier pilot, I feel like it's one of the more difficult maps to fly on. There's no mountains or large structures to hide behind, so you can't just bait the Stinger missiles, hide behind a structure, then fly around for free with flares. Like, you have to actually strategically plan your flight path. You have to strategically you have to have your flares when you're flying in, and if you don't, there's really no buildings or hills that can really save you. There's a couple exceptions to that, obviously. Like, yes, I understand the map has buildings, but surely it's nowhere in comparison to Orbital with the giant tower or Spearhead with the giant cubes. Like, there's no abnormally large structure to hide behind. So the AA gun, it just feels so out of place, in my opinion. And not to mention, gunships aren't even allowed on the map. And that's like the main air vehicle that everyone complains about is the Super Hind, and not even so much the Condor, really it's just the Super Hind. But those vehicles aren't even available on Reclaimed at all. You can't even use them. So the attack helis, they deal a lot of damage, but they're also easy to kill. You can Liz rocket, you can recoilless. Sure, they can fly away with the Stinger lock-ons, but you can still keep them away. Like, I feel like the attack helis, every single one of them, Little Bird, Stealth, and regular attack heli, are all way easier to kill than the Super Hind. I think everyone can agree on that. So with that being said, the AA cannon is just not necessary on Reclaimed. Now, I'm not saying that I hate the AA gun and I want it removed from the game. I just think it needs to be on different maps. And this should be a pretty straightforward copy and paste asset that they can place on other maps in the game. Granted, I'm not a coding expert. I don't know how all that actually works, but surely it's already in the game. It cannot be that hard to replicate on other maps. So we have maps like Hourglass, Discarded, Kaleidoscope, Orbital, Manifest, maybe Spearhead, I'm not quite sure about that, Flashpoint, Renewal. Literally every map except Redacted and Reclaimed could benefit, I think, from having the AA gun. You can put it in the spawns, so that way there's not enemy air vehicles just sitting in your no-cap destroying vehicles. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. And maybe the AA guns don't work on every map. Maybe on certain maps, they would be actually just overpowered and they just don't belong in general. So let me ask you this. What about tow stations? So you can find tow stations on portal maps like Caspian Border, and it just makes me wonder, why can't we have these in 2042? They aren't game breaking, and they actually require some skill to hit targets. So it's not like every Timmy is running up to a tow just zuking every jet or tank that walks by. Like, it's a little bit more higher skill, high reward type of weapon, and it's small enough and accessible enough. I think you could put, I don't know, maybe one or two on each map, or I don't know exactly how to balance it, but I feel like some tow stations could be beneficial for everyone in the lobby, and they make for some pretty cool clips, in my opinion. I know this was probably kind of just like a random weird video, but content drought, Season 7, there's nothing else to talk about. I'm reaching right here, just trying to discuss certain aspects of this game that I would like to see improved. I feel that this is a simple change the devs could incorporate in Season 7, or maybe this second update after Season 7. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a terrible change. Let me know in the comments, obviously, how you feel about this. And keep in mind, like, I'm a pretty decent pilot, so I do have experience flying aircraft. I'm not the best, but I understand the ins and outs of flying, and I don't think that this would be a game-breaking feature to add. But again, let me know what you think. That's going to wrap it up for me today. Bit of a shorter video, but I feel like it's still a decent topic and something that we could have a conversation about. So again, let me know what y'all think about the AA changes that I've suggested here today. Consider dropping a like and subscribing if you enjoyed the video, and I'll be doing my very best to keep putting out 2042 and the finals content. But for now, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all next time.